Hello, everyone, and welcome to the October 10th Product Analytics Group Sync. Trying to stalling a little bit just to find the agenda, and I found it. So, all right, we can go get started. So as usual, since it's a small crowd, we can just kind of do a sync stand-up. Happy to start things off. Right now, I'm working on just kind of triple checking everything before I do a cluster upgrade for the .com project. So we had already done a workshop earlier today, and I walked everyone through and eventually got the shared production cluster upgraded. So now I'm working on the .com version of it. We have a general strategy for how we roll out changes, especially with schema changes. For those that haven't caught the recording or just to repeat it on this recording, we shut down vector, so effectively it stops, it finishes whatever events it's sending to ClickHouse. We then upgrade the cluster to make whatever schema changes is necessary. And then once we verify that all the changes have applied, we turn vector back on and start sending events back. That way, anytime that something's changing, whether the table or materialized view, there's a potential window for like an event to maybe get inserted, but then it gets inserted incorrectly and gets stuck or lost, and we definitely don't want that. So because we have control of the entire flow, it just makes sense to do that. Which is a good segue into one of the other things I'm working on, which is just like creating issues around what needs to be done. This is probably more a GA thing more than anything, but for beta, we definitely just needed to have a process for like how we manually handle these types of deployments. Other than that, just trying to dig deeper into potential issues why the data is a little bit off from Sisense. I still have to fire some questions off to the data team just to make to clarify some things as well. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm focused on, at least so far. I'm a little lost a little bit because of the long weekend. So who else wants to go?
I can go. So since last time, just working backwards through my list, I've got a few closed issues, mostly in the visualization designer, just tightening up the UX in there. So things like moving some of the validation around from page level alerts down to the inputs, just making that experience a bit nicer. Removed the feature usage metrics that were in the visualization designer because there's actually no data to back those, so it was just misleading. So that's gone now. And also one of the GitLab UI changes that I did to improve charts in dark mode has finally flowed through into the app. So that's looking much better. My current focus at the moment, I have another GitLab UI issue on the go around long legends. So if you have hundreds of URLs all in the legends box, it overflows and looks terrible. That's merged now, so hopefully that'll flow through soon. Another validation issue on the dashboard designer for when you've got a dashboard that already exists with that name. And then I'm working on some documentation for onboarding product analytics and also going through some of the usage quota stories that Rob has raised and filling out implementation plans and just getting those started. Yeah, that's me.
Nice. On that note, I think you probably already saw Max verified that the endpoint's working in the GraphQL endpoint rather. So that hopefully should be ready. If not, let me know, and we can get one of the backend engineers to make any changes as needed.
Cool. Yeah, I've been messing with them locally. It's working pretty good.
This week, I'm prepping up for a review with the pricing steering committee next week. We had a product designer interview today, so hopefully we'll get that process wrapped up soon. Otherwise, I cleared out some issues in the GA release or the epic, moved them into post GA, trying to get that GA epic focused on the work that's actually required to get into general availability. There's going to be some bugs and cleanups and stuff like that with moving into post GA, but we can pick it up at any point and pull it back in. Doesn't need to wait. Trying to think what else is this week. That's probably about it.
Gotcha. Yeah, speaking of pricing, since we sized down the COWS cluster significantly, I think we got it to a point where I think they're happy with the projected cost for running ClickHouse itself. So at least if anything, that's kind of like where we should target. I think that should give us more than enough headroom. I think the query performance thing, I there's definitely a solution where we don't have to like perform full reads. So whether that's post processing in the background or something like that, we can figure out our options there. If cube or pre-aggregations don't really help us. But I'm getting distracted. Main point is that I should be able to start taking a look already at the daily cost of everything, James, and so hopefully we can kind of start to have a better idea of what it's going to actually cost us to run a single shared production cluster um, uh, for a year, and hopefully have that inform the overall pricing strategy.
Excellent. I was going to wait to bug you for that data until our one-on-one, but I'm glad you're thinking
Well,
about it already.
yeah, no, I've already been poking at it. I just have to like sit down and like not think about a million other things for like 30 minutes and just put everything into a spreadsheet. So
Nice.
you may still have to wait until our one-on-one for it to actually sit me down.
No worries. No worries.
Awesome. Cool. Then James, you have the next point.
Yeah, I wanted to follow up on the status of the dashboard designer epic. It looks like it's mostly rolled out. There's a couple of things here, a couple of inputs, like Owen mentioned, and some little bugs here and there that we could fix as part of the epic, but aren't required to close it out. So just wanted to get a status on that.
Yeah, so I think for issues like creating custom dashboards with the same name as built-in dashboards or like the dashboard already exists error, um, I would like we're already working on them, so it's not a huge deal. I'm fine putting that in like a post GA epic or whatever. I mean, it's functionally there, it could be improved. But I think the main thing is that I would say let's close it out once we have the tracking, all the tracking we need. And then the feature flag is at least we have a plan for that. I would love for us to start to get back down to just one feature flag, especially when we add yet another for the experiment toggle. So I just want to keep it at most. Well, actually, no, it should only be one because you should have experiment features toggle, and then you need to enable that feature flag to have that option for product analytics, and that's it. So I would say that's done because I just really want us to keep the feature flags to a minimum at this point.
Yeah, and because I haven't, I mean, I've been here for plenty of feature flags being flipped on. As part of our and turn on a feature flag, the cleanup for it as well, or do we do that as a separate issue?
The cleanup for it.
So if we roll out, if we say, hey, we're going to enable this everywhere,
yeah,
does the group prefer to say we're going to roll it out everywhere and we're going to let it run for however long, and then we're going to clean it up as part of that same issue, or do you create a follow-up issue for clean up, remove the feature flag so that we can get back down to a single feature flag?
Yeah, so it's standard practice to keep the issue open until you close it out. So it's part of the process to like, part of that's because in the past, and we still do now, but like we've had a lot of long-standing feature flags. So they make it a. I think that's how they query it too. So I'd be hesitant to like make a new issue for it.
That's cool. I was just curious because I'm coming
yeah.
from pipeline execution, the land of like 45 ongoing long feature flags that we never got cleaned up or we're slowly getting rid of. So.
Yeah, that's why I want to try to keep things. We'll see how long it holds, but I prefer to hold a harder line for feature flags now and try to clean those up as we go. So that,
agreed. Let's create a GA task then of clean up the rest of the feature flags just to make sure that that box gets checked and we're down to nothing.
Sure.
Or ones that we know are there and there are new features that we're toggling on and rolling out slower.
Yeah, you should be able to at least query all the feature flags. They're all bracketed, I think, so it should be easy or labeled even. So it should be easy to link all the issues there into that, like clean up all the flags.
Cool. Okay.
Because yeah, at this point, I don't even think like I think you need an issue open to even like push a feature. Well, maybe not like that rigorous, but like there should be issues for all of them.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. I lost my agenda. I have too many windows and tabs open.
See, that was the only agenda point before show and tell. If there's anything in progress or complete that anyone wants to share.
I already recorded an hour-long video of me failing to deploy something because I kept this 600 gigabyte database dump in my working directory. So and you don't need to watch like the last 10 minutes. Well, we do talk about like some contextual stuff, but I would show that off again, but I don't think anyone's that interested in it. I'm just running some commands, but Yeah, that's all I've got. I think at some point, once I have a good confidence level behind the data accuracy, I can walk everyone through the process there, just so kind of I'll get the habit, especially as we approach our dashboards and like how we want to verify data. But we don't have anything otherwise to show off for now, other than issues I'll be and ethics I'll be creating to and eventually tag people on.
Yeah, probably not worth looking at my stuff at this point. Might as well wait for the rest of the visualization designer UX improvements to come through once Jan's current stuff is merged. Probably better to look at it as a whole.
I got nothing on my side. I'm hoping this week to create a funnel visualization because I think I can do that. And stick it into a chart just to see how it works.
Yeah.
Because that'd be fun. And then
Yep.
can start to play around with that a little bit to show off as some marketing material. Starting to think about our go-to-market motion and how do we get this get good stuff into the hands of our field team, so they can show this off to those internal tools, platform tools, or platform type themes to give them something that's a little more meaty than just a static HTML page that I'm showing you page views.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start to play around with that a little bit this afternoon.
Yeah, it'll be good to start thinking about what we can do as far as offering some kind of experience around that without having them having the user go into the code.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I'd be curious to find how your experience is with that. I haven't gotten around to it myself. But something we could also do is just run it on the .com project too to see. One, it'll be very useful since we have a lot of data and like where people are going. But second, it'll be help highlight if there's also potential query performance issues that we may run into. So
Yeah, I might if I can figure out how to do the targets, might play around with who's going from dashboard within the .com project, within the dashboard list to a dashboard itself, and
Yep.
see what that looks like.
Yep.
I'm going to start with just my static HTML page or static HTML demo because it's easy and I can, hack things up as I need to try to make it work. And then I can record a demo based off that. But I'll let you know.
That actually reminds me too. Think I need to create an issue for someone because I'm not a maintainer on the project to set up a project for custom dashboards. So then we could. What I would love to do is for us to create a product analytics dashboard. And it doesn't need anything there yet, but we can start to like use that as our demo, if you will, of
Yeah,
the meta dog fooding that we're doing. So
at least internally, that'd be really nice.
yeah.
Actually, do we have to have that feature flag flipped to, like, if I go and create a dashboard YAML file, will it load up into the list? I don't remember.
Not right now. You need to configure a dashboard. You need to configure a project first, which is what I can't do.
Okay.
No fresh. Yeah, like we need a maintainer basically to do that for us. Hopefully. So yeah, because the whole settings page I think is like missing for me. So I'll create an issue for that after this.
All right,
Cool. Great. Well, good chat. I think that's 15 minutes back. But it's good to see you, everyone. Have a good rest of your Tuesday or Wednesday, and see everyone in the next one.
All right. Cheers, y'all.
See you.